My name's Leslie Tate. I'm the author of this book, Love's Register. I'm 76. I'm non-binary. I live in the UK. I've been an inner city teacher for all of my working life. I'm a poet as well. And this book, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it to introduce you to it so that it's, pretty easy to follow. So I have this. It's in the book, and it's a family tree. And what it shows you, so if you get at all lost in the 23,000 words, because it's that long, it shows you who's who. But they're also signposted very much at the start of each section that a person appears. So the first and main character is Matthew Lavender, and he's in the 60s and he's going through that wild period in the 60s. However, hidden behind his mask is the fact that he has no sexual experience whatsoever. And he has this relationship with Sally, which is unconsummated. And they want to hide that, of course, in those days. It is based around what you can read in Sons and Lovers by D.H. Lawrence, and the first relationship between Paul and Miriam, which, of course, they do not have sex. And then his whole experience at college and various other relationships develops. And while that's going on, we also occasionally see his grandmother, Mary, who was abused by her violent dad in the 1920s, and it's her first person description. This book, by the way, is very much based around the idea that women's changing role has changed relationships. I really wanted to show that. So the second section in the book is Matthew's cousin, Richard, who is very much involved in the 80s in London in a sexual politics collective, which is behind a political activity, which in fact is based on the GLC, Ken Livingstone, that kind of thing. And in fact, Matthew comes in there as well, but a later part of his life as a lecturer, as he's grown up. Now, the third part is with James. So these are cousins, all three of them. And James's narrative is actually through the eyes of Beth, who he meets, and it's a late life love, which of course is something that's happening to many of us. Also running through the book, you have Matthew Lavender's children, who are, if you like, the climate kids. And that develops right through the book. And at the end, and I shall show you the picture on the front of the book, that's Tahiti. Yes, Tahiti. How do they get there? Because they do. Well, it's a kind of fantasy or dream, but it's also part of Matthew's kind of lecturing and things like this. You just got to get there to enjoy it. But what that is about climate change, because it's based in Oceania and the effects, of course, of the rising Pacific drowning low-lying islands. I would like to say also that there's humor in it, but it's based around character and these four generations in the UK and exploring what happens in intimate relationships and how they've changed. I hope you enjoy it. I have other books I've written, so if you get on with this one, maybe you'll have a shot at some of the others. Thank you.